Today we got some pretty big news about the future of Battlefield 2042. I played a round of Exodus Conquest earlier and I did live commentary for this originally, but I had a Windows update and I forgot to check my recording software. Sometimes it can mess with the audio track, so all you've got is the in-game volume. So just so you know, I'm adding this commentary on top, and to be honest, it might be for the best anyway, because then I can get all the details correct. But this was a really good round that I played using the SCAR. Exodus Conquest is back. I think it's the best playlist in the game, and I was just having an absolute blast on Arica Harbor. But this news, pretty big deal. I wasn't expecting to make a video today, but because this came out, I thought, you know what, I've kind of got to talk about this. So to cut to the chase, there was a user on Reddit called MPT, and they got a pop-up on Origin. Origin is the program that we use to play the game on PC. Sometimes we use the EA app, and this MPT user, they got this pop-up come up which said Battlefield 2042 Year 2 upgrade, and there was a price of like $2 on it and some text that was placeholder, it seemed. It would appear that this wasn't supposed to be shown yet, but it popped up nonetheless, and then this guy posted it on Reddit. Someone looked into the API and figured that this is an actual thing. It's a real product that at some point has been updated. I think they said the last update for it was the 17th of March, so it's a couple days ago, but it confirms in a way that we are getting a full year 2 worth of content support for BF 2042, and I think that's great. Previously, DICE said that they're doing a season 5, and they've teased that it's a little BF4 map, same vibe as whatever map they're doing. It looks like Zavod or Giants of Karelia. And they said that there aren't going to be any new specialists. However, there will be potentially new gear, weapons, gadgets, etc. But outside of that, they haven't committed to anything else. So up to this point, a lot of people were just expecting Season 5 to perhaps be the last season. But now, after today, that doesn't appear to be the case anymore. It looks like we're going to get fully fledged Year 2. What does that mean in terms of content? I've got absolutely no idea. I assume that they're going to do another 4 seasons in total. So by the end of Year 2, we'll be up to Season 8. I imagine at that point, there'll be a few more maps in the game. Hopefully, they can manage to find a way to put maybe 2 maps per season. A ton more guns, a couple more vehicles, gadgets, maybe even some new game modes will be thrown into the mix. Pretty exciting if you're a fan of the game right now. What exactly will this product be? Well, with it being called the Year 2 upgrade, I imagine it will be a discounted version of the game for people who perhaps haven't got it yet or just got the basic edition. And if they buy this edition, they'll get access to everything that was in the Battle Pass from Year 1. Automatically, I assume, they'll just have it all unlocked. But also, it will probably include every Battle Pass upcoming in Year 2. So perhaps 4 battle passes, which normally you would have to buy, because if you think about it, I know a lot of us that have played BF 2042 in Year 1 had all 4 battle passes already because we got the Ultimate Edition of the game. But when Year 2 starts, that won't be a thing anymore. Regardless of that though, the way that 2042 live service works is that they have a free battle pass and a premium battle pass. And the free battle pass had 30 tiers and all of the gameplay stuff is in that. So you don't need to pay anything to get the new gameplay content. But if you want the new premium content, which is skins and stuff like that, you'd have to pay and get the battle pass. That makes sense. Unless you've managed to accrue enough Battlefield coins already from the premium passes, which I think most people probably have. But there will be exceptions where people have spent that on additional skins and stuff in the store. But regardless of what happens with Year 2, everyone will be able to play it anyway. You won't have to spend another dime on BF 2042 if you don't want to. You'll still be able to play everything. But if they do new battle passes, then if you want that cosmetic stuff, you might need to buy that now, because we've all used up our full year of premium battle pass from the Ultimate Edition, if you get what I'm saying. It's a bit confusing, doesn't it? So this really is a pretty big deal for 2042. It shows that DICE are committed to the game. And while it's not 100% confirmed, I want to say it's 99% confirmed, because this popped up in Origin and the information is in the API. So I think it's just a mistake that it popped up. It wasn't supposed to be shown already. And I expect that we'll get some kind of announcement soon about Year 2 and whatever this edition of the game is. Pretty cool. I think that 2042's got a bright future ahead of it now. I'm enjoying playing it at the moment because they've squashed a lot of the bugs in the game. I enjoy the gunplay. I like the movement. The classes have added some semblance of balance and readability to the game. And it's just a fun, arcadey, casual shooter that I can jump in and out of. There's no skill-based matchmaking. I don't have to take it too seriously or try hard all the time or only use meta guns. I can experiment, have a laugh. You can hop on for a few rounds, play with your mates, bit of squad play, maybe make some progress on the weekly assignments, on the battle pass, and then log off. You're done. There's been a huge uptick in the player base recently too, not just because the game has been improving, but also because they've done a few discounts and sales, that kind of thing. It's been the game on PlayStation Plus for PS4 and PS5 this month, and TrueTrophies.com claim that there's been an uptick of 578% more players on PlayStation platforms. I know it's been discounted on Steam at 70% for the last month, and they had a few days where it was free. It's still on Game Pass too, so for Xbox players and PC, if you got PC Game Pass, you can access it there as well. So in general, it's all been trending upwards in the right direction. And I think with this year 2 thing and some kind of official imminent announcement now, I would imagine, that's going to bring even more interest to the game. Of course, it's still not perfect. There's plenty of aspects that I personally would like to see implemented and changed within the game. Squad management, I think, would be a good one. If they do more levels in the future, I want to see way more destruction. Because after playing the finals and getting that back, what we used to have in Bad Company 2, BF3, even in BF5, I think BF5's got more destruction than this game. It just hammers home the point how cool and awesome destruction is in Battlefield games and how it can improve the moment-to-moment gameplay and give you moments that stick with you that you used to have all the time in the Battlefield franchise. I think explosive spam maybe is becoming a bit of a problem too. DICE always seem to go through this wave in almost all of their Battlefield games where it gets to a point that so many people can have explosives, it becomes too spammy and it dilutes the gunplay and the infantry play, and you're just hiding from explosions, running from grenades all the time. Not a great experience, so I hope that they look at toning the amount of explosives in the game down. The other big thing I reckon is transport vehicles. You've seen some of my videos recently where we were using the Cav Brawler. If you're playing in a squad on voice comms and you've got a couple people repairing you and you've got the right loadout for your transport vehicle, you can dominate almost everything in the game. I've got another video coming up where we did this in a Hind and the Osprey. You just get a couple people repairing, get the grenade launcher, you can just farm infantry all day, get the 50 cannon, you can destroy vehicles and they just can't touch you in a lot of respects. I also feel like there's a problem brewing with tanks where they can have a mate with them who's going to put down the new Blasco gadget that stops them being locked onto. They can put a trophy system nearby and they can just sit on the edge of the map and farm kills the whole day, often in the out of bounds area for the other team as well. They've got APS now too, which they can activate. That's on a cooldown, recharges. It's usually the tanks, the railgun tanks or the Wildcat. If they play it carefully, they're practically untouchable, and I don't think it's balanced. That's going to become a real big issue soon, I think, as more people learn the tactics on how to do that. This isn't a problem on all of the maps in the game, but there are definitely some where you see this again and again. How can they fix that? Well, they can adjust some of the gadgets, I suppose, that are preventing these vehicles being locked onto, or something more extreme. Perhaps it will take something like this, put a block on tanks and Wildcats and big armored vehicles with big cannons from being able to shoot before they get into a certain point on the map. So no matter where they are, if they've got the ability to shoot at something, then people can shoot back at them too. That seems fair to me. Something like that might incentivize vehicle players to play the objective more and push forward with their infantry onto flags that they can capture when they need some heavy vehicle support too. And just in general with the new content, if they make a whole nother year, as I mentioned, more maps per season, I think that'd be welcomed. More guns too, more destruction, like I said, and just ensuring that the quality of the game stays at a high level and not too many bugs introduced with further updates. With that said, that's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. What do you feel is missing from the game now and going forward, Season 2? What would you like to see DICE add or change with the game? Drop a like if you enjoyed the vid, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.